During Heritage Month in September, South African guitarist Billy Monama will join a number of renowned artists on stage in Johannesburg, and they include Sipho, Hotstix, Mabuse, Judith, Sephuma and Sipho. Monama will present a musical journey and conversation between two generations of ancestral artists during a one-night-only limited tickets concert called Mayibuye, iAfrika, the Freedom Songs. Music specialists as well as fans and connoisseurs of African jazz, Maskandi, Kwela and Mbaqanga are in for a treat. We're now joined by Billy Monama, who is the director of the concert, to tell us more on what to expect on the night. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Morning.
Judith. Maybe let's start with how this all came about and the intention.
Yes. Mayibuye iAfrika, it is an ideological concept that demonstrates the consciousness and also a contestation of apartheid back in the years from 1960s. So there were Mayibuye projects that they were happening around the world. In London, there was Mayibuye iAfrika in the camps there. And then there was Operation Mayibuye iAfrika that took Mandela to Rivonia trial. There was Mayibuye protests that they happened in Khalishwe in Kimberley. So Mayibuye iAfrika, it is, basically bring back Africa. It's the revival of, Ubuntu and consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when we take a look at the concept of Ubuntu, how should we understand it? Yes.
So now it's the revival of consciousness that, like I've said, that everything that happens today, socialism, and you read every day, people are killing each other. They're like they're on a killing spree. All these things that are happening today. Another example is that today, biggest political meetings that are happening in a city hall because of what? Because they banned the parliament. It means we don't love ourselves that much anymore. So our consciousness is dead. For people to be killing each other, men raping women and all those, is because of lack of consciousness. That consciousness has left us. So we're trying to, with this concert, to bring back the consciousness with Mayibuye iAfrika. Let's bring back the consciousness. Stop the killing and stop murdering women and children.
So when we talk about the song selection, what was that process like, or is it still ongoing?
Well, no, we're at the stage of preparations right now. So the first generation of exiles who also had the ideology of Mayibuye iAfrika, they were executed by the apartheid government in 1964 on the 6th of November. Those were patriotic composers who were in Tanzania, like the likes of Vuyisile Mini, Zinakele Nkaba and Wilson Kanyinga. They were murdered by the apartheid regime. So that was the first generation of the composers. We are paying tribute to those composers. All these freedom songs today you hear in the rallies, wherever, in the political gathering, they were composed mainly by those influential composers. And in the cell, when Vuyisile Mini was going to be executed, his prison mates, they were singing those songs. That is why those songs today, they are being regarded as freedom songs. So that is the first segment of the show. The second segment of the show, it is the second generation of jazz musicians, the Mary Makeba, the Jonas Gwangwa, the Hugh Masekela, who have left this country in the 1960s. So even when Mary Makeba, she left South Africa with a project called Come Back Africa, Mayibuye iAfrika. That was a movie that invited her in Italy. That's how he managed to get out of the country, to go to exile.
When you speak of Tanzania, for instance, will you be borrowing from some of the sounds that these musicians would have heard in these particular countries that they were in on the continent as well?
Yeah, for sure. And you know, one of the objectives of this, the bigger picture of this objective is that this is not just a tribute, because there are so many tributes. This one, the bigger picture of it is us to re-record this music, and then we create a funding for the families of those who demised. You know, so it's not us receiving what you Billy now where's Imali. No, the children, they need to be able to benefit. That is why we are calling the people who with the big bag to come and partner with us to see the fruition of this project, Mayibuye Africa.
What do you say, especially when there's a conversation in South Africa right now that is raging on about the space, or is there space for struggle songs in present-day South Africa?
You see, musicians, they were never set to be entertainers. As musicians, we are like messengers, we are like the healers, we are like the body and the soul of the nation. So today, I always tell young people that we are not saying that we are an example of what a good music is or consciousness music is. But what we are saying is that as musicians today, we need to write songs that are going to speak of social ills and, you know, socialism, and songs that they're going to conscientize the nation and give them hope. The reason we are doing this show, it is for us to play. Actually, we are pressing a reset button to say, guys, let's stop the killings. It's too much. How many videos do you see every day? People are being killed. It's like fashionable. Back in the day, when someone was killed, it was like a taboo. Today, everyone, even Namanje, someone can enter here with the AK-47 as Pahaze song. And then what's going to happen? We'll be trending on Twitter, and then that will be the end of the business. So we cannot as black people, we cannot be as Africans have lack of consciousness. So that is why this concert, I take it as a mobilization of a black consciousness, because if we can have 100 people in the venue, we speak consciousness to them, I think we will have achieved a lot. So
it's not just music. There's also going to be a conversation that will be had.
We were, initially it was supposed to be 2 days of a concert, and also we include like a workshop, like a dialogue. But because of logistical issues, we end up having 1 day to have this thing. So in the show, we will have like AV that are speaking to and the music as well. You know, I've invited greatest musicians, Hotstix Mabuse. Hotstix Mabuse, he was part of the generation, of the black consciousness. You know, his contribution in the struggle is immense. And then I invited Judith Sephuma because she's another generation, from the Hotstix Mabuse. He's the second generation. So now my guest artists, they bring different voices. When have you ever heard Judith Sephuma singing the songs of Mama Letambuli? That would be the first time at Mayibuye. I said, Judith, I don't want you to sing your songs. I want you to sing the songs that they're going to conscientize the people. And then I bring Titi Luzipo. She's a special one because she worked with Dorothy Masuku. And myself, you had mentioned in the beginning of the interview that I'm directing and also I'll be on stage performing. Because I had the privilege of working with these legends from the Dorothy Masuku and all these legends. I was there. They told me infinite stories that I'm going to be sharing with you on that day of the show.
Okay. Just to give a teaser, Nyana, maybe 2 songs, right? And maybe the first stanzas, not to sing, but maybe you can tell us the words, right? And just share with us maybe 2 songs that really stick out for you that you're looking forward to the most to presenting.
Nanti Indo Demnyama. That song, it was, Vuisilemini, he was singing it as they were going to hang him. You know it, right? And then we have like Kauleza, the Dorothy Masuku. I'm bringing songs that you have never heard before. like material that it was written when, you know, the special branch, they went to Dorothy Masuku to you know, confiscate the material because she was too vocal about that, and then she left. She went to Zambia. She went, you know, she returned to South Africa in the 90s. So we'll be singing songs that they are favorites, they are people's favorites, and also, you know, songs that they've never heard before. But because I'm always about to explore a repertoire, because we can't keep on singing the same thing. And then there's a song called Tina Sizwe, Esimnyama. You know, that song, it was supposed to be, according to me, it was supposed to be the national anthem. You know, and there's a song called Mayibuye, iAfrika. Mayibuye, 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 Africa. That was composed in Tanzania. You know, so now, so Mayibuye, Africa. There's a song called Mayibuye, South Africa, and then in Cape Town there's what is called Mayibuye, you know, archives. So Mayibuye Africa is the ideological concept that, you know, is going to bring people together. So tickets are available. People, they must not come late at the show. Tickets are available. We have an early bird. Early bird tickets, they are $280 at web tickets. And I know people who know me, Billy Monama tickets. There are no free tickets. Yes, they need to buy tickets. The show is happening at the Market Theatre on the 9th of September. We chose September because it's Heritage Month, so we have to look back and celebrate who we are.
One night only.
One night only.
Early bird tickets are available. Billy, thank you very much for your time.